Okay. Oh. Okay. So. Huh? Oh, I can upgrade it to strength 5 now. And I can have a new fuel cell, which is also... Oh, everything's so expensive now. But actually... No. I was actually suspecting to get it as a weapon, but apparently not. Huh. I mean, I have most of those upgrades still not with me. And I never really used the Thunderstrike. Wait, in Cyborg. Ah, no. I think I keep that for later use. Because none of those attacks seem to be intriguing enough for me. I mean, the Thunderstrike seems to be cool, but it is so hard to execute within a combo. And the sweep kick, body executes special foot sweep maneuver. Special upward thrust with this weapon held. Actually, I want to see what Sky High is. Oh, wait, what? Falling light... What? An updated version, firmware that upgrades of his gyroscope, allowing him to twist freely in the air and dive down like a lightning bolt to kick full. Are you fucking kidding me? There are upgrades like that. If I would have only purchased more, I could have had more mobility in the air. God fucking damn it. Okay, I know now where the next upgrades will go. Holy damn. Screw more damage if I can't get that. Look at the anime poster in the background. Oh my god, he's an anime fan. Oh no, he's a weeb. The popsicle. Oh my god.
Are you, Mr. Raiden, sir?
What? I think I don't look like White. I mean, my dog doesn't look like me. What was that for an...
I'll tell her you've arrived.
Over here.
Huh?
Hi there, stranger.
Hey, you're looking good.
Aw, who's your little friend?
Oh, it's a long story.
Shay? Good boy.
No.
I guess we don't really have time to catch up.
Sorry, not really.
It's okay. Follow me.
Who is it? Is that his daughter or something? Or a kid he saved back then in the war?
So exactly what kind of...
You'll see.
You built that?
Yep. It uses a hybrid lace ramjet engine I designed. Well, are you in a hurry or not?
Right. Hey, thanks, Sonny.
Hmm?
She's so cute. But who is she?
Please switch off all cell phones and portable gaming devices. And remember, this is a no-smoking flight.
Roger.
Ready for countdown.
No time for that. Ignition!
And go! Fuck the countdown, just go! No time for that! No time to explain, go! We have to mess shit up! Why? Why is he in there? Oh god, really? Come on, don't be a queep. Oh, is it broken?
Well, anything?
Nothing. You sure we got the right place?
Gotta be. It's the only base big enough with security contracted out to World Marshal.
All right. I'm headed in.
Oh, I have the feeling they will kill the dog in the end. Even though it's only robotic, it has more human sense than a lot of other humans. Well then, let's get cracking, baby! Okay, eliminate all enemies. Ah, you're just basic security stuff. And first one dead. Ah, fuck! Wait! Ah, fuck, wait. There's one with... Yes! Got him! That's exactly what I wanted to accomplish. What was that? Oh yeah, I have to look what the upwards kick is actually. Well, wait. I have to look at the help menu. Thunder Strike and Sky High is 2 times forward. Okay.
You see that? Their exif codes show up as unaffiliated.
Wait, Marshall has the security contract for this base. Why would they have their cyborg set to the same illegal exif code as Desperado? It's evidence against them.
No, it's their alibi. They're making it look like Desperado hacked their soldiers on site, because everyone knows Desperado has a contract with...
The Pakistani rebels. But if we go public with the Desperado-Marshall connection...
Won't matter. Not when they've got this nice big foreign threat all cooked up and ready to serve. The media and the public won't be able to resist. Remember WMDs in Iraq?
Damn it, you're right. It's another slam dunk. What about any humans on the base? Marshall only handled security.
Dead, most likely. Or brain-jacked, if they needed them to keep up appearances.
They'd never publicize what airport the president was flying into, not in this region. And almost no one would have access to an outside line for security reasons. It wouldn't be difficult to keep things hush-hush. At least until Air Force One arrives.
I'm heading for the control tower. If I can destroy the antenna array, the US military will know something's wrong.
Good idea. Be careful.
Sam's gone, and I blew the winds of destruction away. I'll be fine.
Okay. Wait, what? Oh no, wait. I have to. Okay, so this is the sky high attack, and this is my other attack. Okay. This is actually cool. Okay, so what is my objective? Fuck shit up? Actually, I want to talk a little bit with my buddy. Whoa. Oh, I can talk with Sunny.
How was the ride?
Hey, Sonny. Fine, thanks. Though I wouldn't call it the smoothest ride ever. You sure that thing's really airworthy?
Well, what do you expect? You're traveling at a few dozen times the speed of sound. I mean, she operates well within all the projected margins of safety, so yes. We'll have to work on the turbulence levels a bit before we can take tourists on it. But come on, you really can't complain.
So, it's meant mainly for cargo at the moment?
We got a contract with COTS, NASA's Commercial Orbital Transportation Services. Mostly handling space deliveries, that kind of thing. We also joined the C3PO, the Commercial Crew and Cargo Program Office's Passenger Transport Program.
So soon we'll have private spacecraft bringing crew to the International Space Station. Wild times we're living in.
Well, the space race has been over for decades now. It's no longer something countries engage in for vanity's sake. Still, lots of people are starting to see the industrial value of zero-gravity experiments. Plus, the costs are getting lower and lower with each passing year, to the point where we'll have a serious space tourism industry before long.
Yeah, I heard about the space hotel the Russians opened up. But we're still not going any further than orbit, right?
Well, one company's planning to have a lunar landing craft complete by 2020. Not ours, though. I'm just hoping we can get to Jupiter while Hal's still alive.
Jupiter, huh? Wow, that's pretty far.
Oh, hey! How did Earth look from up there?
I can't even put it into words. I know I was still under the Kármán line, but it looked exactly like every satellite photo of Earth I've ever seen. No borders, no nothing. Just a whole lot of blue. Hopefully next time around I can take my time and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But first things first, you know?
Yep. Well, good luck, Jack. Raiden.
Okay.
You designed that thing too, Sonny?
Nobody designed her.
Nobody.
Yep. She pretty much evolved by herself.
I think I may be missing something here.
We used a genetic algorithm to make it. Ever hear of that? They use it to build the cars for bullet trains and stuff. Basically, we start by creating a few different models of aircraft. The data for each design is treated as the genes for a new aircraft. They all get crossbred with each other in virtual space. Eventually, you come up with offspring that exhibit genes from each original design.
Offspring?
You know, children. Each child then competes with the others for survival in the virtual space. The kids that have the best aerodynamic traits survive and pass on their genes, creating the next generation of aircraft. You get this sort of gene-based evolution across generations, like animals in real life.
I'm having a hard time imagining aircraft having kids like that. Anyway, what's with the two wings on the top and the bottom?
Oh yeah, the swept wings? They're set up so that the sonic booms they create wind up bashing against each other, cutting down on shockwaves. The idea has been hard to implement due to issues with elevation and wingtip treatment. But thanks to the genetic algorithm, the RLV worked out all the problems herself.
Herself, huh? Makes it sound like you're more breeder than designer.
That really sounds weird.
So what happened with the RLV after it dropped me off?
Running on autopilot, she'll circumnavigate the Earth and head back.
Wow, a trip around the world, huh?
That's the sort of distance you need to reach orbital velocity. She had to lower her altitude pretty drastically to drop the landing craft. So getting back up for her was a pretty rough trip.
Rough? How?
In terms of damage to the craft, I mean. Running in ramjet mode helps conserve fuel a lot, so she's good there, but yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no. All in the name of peace, right? Besides, it made for a good load experiment. I'm kind of surprised it actually worked, actually.
What?
Oh, I'm just teasing. Don't be so serious.
So what kind of engine is this LACE thing?
It's short for Liquid Air Cycle Engine. A LACE uses liquid hydrogen to chill and liquefy the oxygen in the air. The reaction between the liquefied hydrogen and oxygen creates propulsion. On this RLV, the lace is combined with ramjets for maximum efficiency. Once the solid rocket boosters lift her off and bring her to Mach 3, she switches to ramjet propulsion mode. In the meantime, she's taking in and liquefying oxygen from the air. Once there's enough, the lace is ignited. If it wasn't for that hybrid engine, it would have been pretty rough for an RLV to pull that trick that it did. You know, lowering its elevation just long enough to drop a landing craft.
Well, I'm impressed. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be on your side of the world.
And I wouldn't even be here if not for you. Don't forget that, okay? A lot of people appreciate what you've done for them.
I'll try not to.
Oh my.
Hey, so how's Otacon? About time he starts thinking about marriage, isn't it?
I don't know if he is or not, but either way, no dice yet. He likes to go on about how nobody would ever be happy with him long term. But it doesn't seem like he has too much trouble keeping busy on Saturday nights. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, he was a huge geek back when he was younger.
Maybe, but even so, he's still a nice guy. I doubt he was ever that lonely.
Yeah, I suppose. But he really changed once he got into his 30s. Got a lot more attractive.
Yeah, but he still has this really bad habit of keeping the ladies at arm's length. It winds up making him look really awkward sometimes. I really wish he'd just pick someone and settle down already.
Easier said than done, I guess. So what about you, Sonny?
Me? Well, I've got science. That's all the love I need.
Sounds like you've got your own problems in that department.
Hey, Raiden, you gonna keep that pup after this mission?
That... Oh, you mean Wolf?
Yeah. He's kind of a cutie.
You think so? I don't think he's really the cuddling type, Sonny. Plus, he's not exactly mine. He just keeps following me around.
Oh, yeah? Can I have him?
Oh, I don't mind. But I don't know about him. He's kind of his own, animal. I check with him first. It's his call, not mine.
Oh. Oh, well.
He'd probably say yes, though. I mean, he seems to like you a hell of a lot more than me.
Really? Oh, I sure hope so. Thanks a lot, Raiden.
Wouldn't even shake for me.
Yeah, that's why he got pissed and almost turned into Jack the Ripper mode.
Raiden, I heard Armstrong's using the name Operation Tecumseh for the assassination attempt. It makes sense.
What do you mean?
Tecumseh was a Native American tribal leader, a symbol of resistance against the new settlers.
Guess you know your U.S. history better than me.
This is basic stuff, Raiden. As legend has it, Tecumseh put a curse on the U.S. presidency. Every 20 years, whoever is elected president was doomed to die before he served out his term. And it played out that way, too. From 1840 to 1960, that's exactly what happened.
Ah, a fitting code name then.
Yep. It hasn't worked since 1980, though.
Ran its course, huh? Didn't last as long as the Bald Harry rule in Russia, at least. Besides, Hamilton wasn't elected in the right year for it to take effect, right? Wouldn't Armstrong be the one elected in 2020 if this works?
Well, I'm sure the name is meant to be a bit tongue-in-cheek. Not like how the U.S. Army names their ops.
Still, pretty bad karma.
Just be careful, Raiden. Hey, Raiden. There's something I've been meaning to mention.
What's up?
Well, they're telling me someone broke our front gate at the plant.
Oh.
That's an electronic lock, you know.
Yeah, I thought it was open.
It wasn't. But you're strong enough to pry it open if you wanted to.
Well, I didn't think I put that much force into it. You ask me, I think you need a sturdier gate.
That's what I told security. Anyway, we'll send you an invoice for the reinforcement work. Not to mention the repair costs.
Oh, come on, Sonny, it was an accident. Man, Rose is gonna kill me.
Oh, god damn it.
How was the ride?
Hey, Sonny, fine, thanks. Though I wouldn't call it the smoothest ride.
Okay,
Well,
we
I mean,
already hear that.
we
Alright,
also-
let's
well,
see
there
what
was
Wolf
the-
has
but
to
we're
say.
Well, I'm just...
Jupiter.
Oh,
I know no
Come on.
but for
yep.
There we go.
how's it look inside the base?
Firmly in cyborg hands. All human soldiers are either dead or have been brain-jacked.
What are they doing in there?
Patrolling for intruders. In other words, you.
I bet they're nervous. Probably weren't expecting me to be here.
Let us hope so. I doubt they wish to create a large commotion at this point in time. Should things seem awry from the air, or the ATC tower goes offline, Air Force One will most likely opt to land elsewhere.
Well then, what do you say we make a large commotion? I'll fight my way to the tower.
Roger. Continuing with reconnaissance.
Hey Wolf, what did you and Sam talk about before we fought?
Nothing of note. He was not one to reveal himself to others.
All right, you don't have to tell me.
Raiden, I do not feel good about this. Do not allow yourself to be caught off guard.
Duly noted. So, you were under Mistral's command all this time?
I originally took orders from Sundowner, but not for long. As a novelty, I did not last. Mistral saw more potential in me.
What'd she see?
Unknown. However...
Oh,
she
I
died
already heard that. Okay.
In Pakistan already, and so quickly. Ah, science never ceases to amaze me.
When it's for peaceful purposes, you mean?
Well, yes, of course. Of course. I must say, though, the engineer behind that RLV craft looked rather young to me.
Yeah, a gifted kid, you might say.
I would love a chance to meet her sometime.
Why? What would you say to her?
Oh, I don't know. It's always just such a stimulating experience. Speaking with scientists from fields other than mine, that is. It often leads to all sorts of new insights, new ideas to work with. And speaking of that, I have yet to meet Dr. Emmerich, too.
I doubt you two would get along, actually.
Oh, you think so?
Anyway, how are the brains doing?
Oh, just fine. Safe and sound in Mexico. Now I just have to get them loaded and en route to Germany. Of course, the real challenge will come after that, I suppose.
Yeah. We'll get there when we get there.
Indeed. Indeed. Do be careful in the meantime.
Oh my.
Raiden, are you fully versed in the features of your AR display? It can...
Oh,
Of
okay,
course,
so
of course.
good thing
I'll
is
use
that
the-
they
Yeah,
have
do
not
it
so
just
much
there
new
to get
information
skip-
once you get through them.
What's up? By the way, you mind if I ask, what's she like?
Who, Sonny? I don't know. Kind of a child prodigy, I guess.
You're the one who rescued her, right? From the Patriot lab?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a long story, but in the end, yeah.
Then she was handed over to Dr. Emmerich.
Right. We had to hide her away at first, from the Patriots. It wasn't exactly fun. She couldn't even go outside for the most part.
That's terrible.
But in the meantime, Dr. Emmerich, taught her all about programming and computer engineering. It was her code that destroyed the Patriot AIs. After the dust settled, Dr. Emmerich adopted her, officially becoming her legal guardian.
But how'd she end up at Solus? What about school?
Oh, she went. For about a year, I think. She was way too far ahead of her peers, though. Probably could have qualified for her BS in computer engineering by that point.
Why not go through with it? Just get the degree.
We discussed it, but Sonny was more interested in Solus by then. Dr. Emmerich had contacts there, so...
So now she's designing launch vehicles and stuff, huh? Wish I had some of that talent.
Well, a lot of it might be the Patriots doing. Who knows what their experiments did to her brain?
And in the end, she used it to destroy them. The irony, huh?
Oh man, that's some heavies. Oh god. Alright, well, it's most certainly something I didn't get because I haven't played all Metal Gear things yet, or all Metal Gear related things. Maybe then I would understand most of it, but that sounds interesting to say the least.
So there's one thing I still don't get. If World Marshal's making it look like Desperado hacked their cyborgs, wouldn't that damage their reputation? Maybe they can hide the fact that they're involved in terrorism that way, but wouldn't they still be liable for the fact that they, got hacked?
They probably would, yeah. But the only thing they're looking for here is a profit. Maybe they need to demonstrate neglect if they're gonna make any money off of this.
How so?
Well, Kevin dug up some intel. Half of the contractors stationed here didn't get their contracts renewed at the end of March. The US government rewrote their contract with Marshall earlier. Had to cut military spending after all, with the recession going on.
And so they'll say the contractors were spread too thin to prevent the hacking.
Exactly. And that'll only encourage the army to boost their martial headcount. I can't say if the military's directly involved in this assassination attempt or not, but...
Well, what happened to the contractors they laid off?
Who knows? Hopefully they found work. But work like that isn't exactly easy to come by. Ever since the war economy died down, after the Patriots, life's been pretty much hand-to-mouth for a lot of contractors.
Huh. When you put it that way, I can almost understand what Sundowner was saying.
Yeah, but starting a war just to boost your profits? That's crazy, Courtney. If there's no work for contractors out there, it's time to find another industry to work in. Not that I have any right to say that, but...
Oh, come on, Raiden. Maybe you like to fight, sure, but you're not that... twisted.
Yeah, well, in any case, I better get to work. Riding out.
Oh my, yeah, well, he is a little bit twisted because of the whipper and everything.
So, Raiden, let me get this straight. Armstrong wants to kill the president and pin the blame on Desperado?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
You think it'll work? I mean, assuming he succeeded, what would be Desperado's motive for killing Hamilton? It's not like they can come out and say, well, we just wanted more wars to profit from.
No. The only alibi I can think of for them is that their client set them up. The Pakistani government's on friendly terms with the US right now. But a lot of people aren't so happy with them about that. There are tons of anti-government groups in this country. Any one of them could have an interest in killing the president.
And Marshall wants people to think that one of these groups hired Desperado?
That. Or maybe they're setting it up so this is all linked to the coup in Abkhazia. That was headline news in the West. Desperado's name was in the media all over the place.
Yeah. The angle was always Desperados shacking up with yet another anti-government force.
Pakistan's got a lot more than just a bunch of random anti-government forces, though. Like the ISI, the Intelligence Bureau. Anyone who watches the news knows how shaky their ties are with the civilian government.
You think they'll have the ISI be Desperado's client?
Well, I'm sure the ISI would deny it. But it's not like simply issuing a denial would stop anything. Remember Iraq?
Yeah, I've heard all the rumors about the ISI's involvement with terror groups.
If Hamilton dies, the US can join the Pakistani government, declare war against the ISI. And there's one big difference between Iraq and Pakistan. Pakistan does have WMDs. Nukes.
But that was just a couple of tests 20 or so years ago. They can't reach the US with...
I'm not talking about firing an ICBM at the US, or unleashing a Metal Gear. All they have to do is remind us that the tech could fall into terrorist hands.
Oh, yeah. That'd be enough to scare the entire country, I guess.
Yep. Scare them enough that the US would have to do something.
And then the war economy would come humming right back to life. No Patriots required.
Christ. Alright, I better move.
Yeah. That reminds me of Shari no Kuni and the speech a certain person actually said. And actually, a speech a certain person actually held. Yeah, I think that's the right word. And yeah, my conclusion out of that is that, yeah, a lot of things are controlled by fear, and that's, I don't know if that's really a good thing, but it seems that fear is the only thing that prevents us from being at war at the moment, and that's a sad thing. It's not because we are all friendly with each other, it's just because that the fear of the supermites against each other is just so huge that they still keep each other in check. Oh, that's something.
I don't think I've asked about Pakistani food yet, Courtney.
More food talk? Didn't know you were so interested, Raiden.
Hey, knowing the food can help you learn a lot about the local culture, you know.
Raiden, I told you that.
So, Pakistani food.
Yeah. All right. So Pakistan's had cultural links with India for centuries, right? They're neighbors, after all. And as a result, the two countries share a lot of culinary traditions. You've got your curries, your naan, samosas, pakoras. For the most part, that's all the same. The locals might be able to spot the difference, but a lot of American restaurants put India and Pakistan pretty much in the same bowl, so to speak.
What are samosas?
Spiced potatoes and other yummy stuff, fried in a flour shell. Sometimes they're spiced with curry. That's the kind I like best.
But I thought India and Pakistan didn't really get along. They had at least 3 armed clashes in the 20th century alone.
They did. I mean, that's why they have nukes in the subcontinent now. It's a shame. You see how similar their taste in food is. It just seems like they should get along better.
Yeah, well, not too rare for neighboring countries to have problems. If nothing else, they have to compete for the same common resources.
Yeah, but isn't that why we have politicians? To peacefully manage that kind of stuff?
Well,
You know how few politicians out there actually give a crap about serving their country? Anyway, sorry. This isn't exactly the light conversation I was expecting. Better worry about the president for now. We can go and grab samosas another time.
oh god, man, this is everything in this game is so present still. And even seems that parts of this game even predicted what the future brings. And that's really scary. I'm actually sorry that this turns out to have so many codec right now, but I want to hear it all. And I mean, you can just skip over it. Nobody forces you to actually go through with it, but I find it very interesting. Okay, who? Oh yeah, Courtney.
What's up? No? Did you need anything else?
No, guess not. Just wanted to hear the sound of your voice.
Oh, save it for your wife, Raiden.
There we go.
Right. Our enemy has multiple options for striking the president in Pakistan. At the base after landing, while in transit within the country, during the meeting. But if Sundowner's right, they're gonna strike within 3 hours after you killed him.
Which means they're either gonna attack Air Force One, or they'll wait until he lands.
I kinda doubt there are any Pakistanis on board Air Force One, though. It's not like in the movies. They never let foreign press on the flight. They could try to shoot it down from afar, I guess. But anything the Pakistan Air Force could deploy would show up on US radar instantly.
Which means their best bet at kickstarting another war on terror would be post-landing.
They're probably set up for the assassination over at the base. You better get moving.
So the president's visit to Pakistan, it's meant to build government ties, right?
Right. You probably know this, but there's a region on their northwest border called FATA. Stands for Federally Administered Tribal Areas. The central government is... well, let's just say they're not entirely in control of that part of the country.
Right. It served as the base for all kinds of armed groups over the years.
Uh-huh. The US started staging cross-border raids there at the turn of the century, chasing after combatants that fled out of Afghanistan. The Pakistan armies tried to work with the US to confront them from both sides, but that only escalated anti-American sentiment within the FATA. You can only get away with so many botched civilian strikes after all.
I thought that post-SOP, the US, pretty much pulled out of Afghanistan. You know, after all that anti-war economy stuff broke out.
They did. That put an end to the FATA strikes, but definitely not the anti-American groups. Now their anger's channeled towards the pro-US central government instead.
Wouldn't this visit just enrage the FATA groups even more, though? I know President Salam's pretty much on the American side.
Yeah, but Salam doesn't care. He's got no interest in dealing with them. He wants to get the FATA back under control, and I guess he wants America's help doing it.
And how do his people feel about that?
It's pretty much 50-50. A lot of people hate the US, for sure. But a lot of others have been directly affected by the anti-government suicide bombings, too. There's definitely some deep-seated support for helping the US. But only if it means ending the violence once and for all.
Sounds like we could see civil war here any moment. What about their intelligence bureau, the ISI? How do they feel about all this?
They haven't commented, publicly.
People are always saying how much bad blood there is between the ISI and the civilian government.
Oh yeah, there are stories all the time about their involvement with insurgents or terror groups. Depending on how the ISI acts, things over there could change pretty damn quickly.
No wonder Armstrong chose this place. It's like one big powder keg.
Hey, Raiden? You know, Sam, he looked... almost happy.
Yeah, crazy bastard. He put everything he had into that fight. Wanted to kill me so bad. But once he saw how the fight would turn out, it was like... The thought made him smile.
Of course, I guess if he didn't mess with you in Denver, you wouldn't have... Well, you know.
Monsoon would have killed me. I would have never lived to fight Sam.
So why'd he do it? Did he think he'd break you for good?
Who knows? Maybe waking me up was his plan all along.
Yeah, I don't know. But there was definitely something going on. He had plans for you. Guess now we'll never know.
Yeah, he's gone. But I'm not. And there's still work to do.
That's an interesting thought.
What do you think President Hamilton's trying to accomplish with this visit? He had to realize it'll rile up Pakistan's anti-government groups.
Hard to say. He could be trying to rebuild America's image with the Pakistani people. You know, pledging financial support and all that.
But is President Salam looking for military support? I kind of doubt most Americans would be willing to fund more of that kind of effort. There's a lot of strong sentiment against the war economy, especially now that the Patriot censorship is dead and gone. Besides, the recession's got a lot of people looking to cut the military's budget.
True, but nobody wants to be soft on terror. I mean, one incident's all it takes to make the pendulum swing the other way.
One incident, just like what Armstrong's got in mind.
Another possibility is that Hamilton's visiting just to test the waters. You know, see how the American and Pakistani people respond. Hamilton is a pragmatic guy, to put it nicely. To put it not so nicely, he'd strip naked and dance on his desk in the Oval Office if he thought it would boost his poll numbers.
Oh man.
Armstrong used to play football?
Apparently. Quarterback for the University of Texas, so he must have been pretty good, too.
So the star quarterback turns big-time politician, huh? Guess he'd have no problem dodging shoes from angry protesters.
Well, it shows he's always been a leader, one way or another.
He's obviously not some dumb jock, or this would be a lot easier.
Yeah. Too bad he didn't go pro, right? We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
They would have chewed him up and spit him out. He looks strong for a politician, but nothing too serious. Definitely no wind of destruction.
Well, sure. He's not exactly a seasoned fighter, either. Didn't see any action with the Navy, and you know he can't be a cyborg. A public figure couldn't hide that for long, not with current tech.
Yeah, he may be an asshole, but he shouldn't be much of a threat.
Well, he wouldn't be in Pakistan, in any case. I'm sure it's all being run by underlings and cronies. No trail to lead back to him.
Too bad. I was looking forward to killing him with my own two hands.
We can't go around killing civilians just for being evil, Raiden. We're not even at war here. Just stop the assassination attempt, Raiden. One thing I've been thinking? Sam and the rest of the Winds were all in the U.S. Maybe they didn't expect any major resistance over there. Or maybe they left security up to someone else.
Maybe so. If it's a cyborg, I hope his insurance is paid off.
It's a pretty weird hilt Sam had on his blade.
It had some kind of explosive charge built in. Helped him unsheath quicker. A cheap trick if you ask me.
Maybe it was, but he did cut your arm off. Besides, if you get down to it, just being a cyborg's not exactly fighting fair, is it?
Maybe not. But I'm not saying any and all science isn't fair.
It's weird how the blade pointed downward, too. I thought samurai swords always pointed up.
It could be to help him unsheath it faster. Maybe it's part of the original Uradachi style, or something Rodriguez invented over in Brazil.
An underhanded blade for an underhanded fighting style, huh? I like it.
Huh.
You know all the rules of football, Kev?
Huh? Well, enough to watch it at least. Why?
Just curious. I can never keep track of everything going on. All those rules.
It's not that complicated, Raiden. You never watched it? Actually, you ever watched any sport?
What can I say? I'm a man of culture, Kev. Give me a good movie over some dumb game any day.
Culture? Oh, the sensitive artsy cyborg type, right?
Right. Anyway, basketball's more my speed. Get the ball, put it in the net, 2 points.
Oh, yeah, because that's all there is to basketball. I swear, you crack me up sometimes, man.
Well, I'm also not the sport type. I couldn't give a damn about most sports events.
So the president's visit to Pakistan, it's meant to build government ties, right?
Right. You probably know this, but there's a region on their northwest border called FATA.
Wait, what?
Stands for Federally Administered Tribal Areas. The central government is... Well, let's just say they're not entirely in control.
Okay, we already hear that.
They did now.
Wouldn't I know?
Yeah, he wants.
And how-
It's there's death.
Sound. What about their
They have
people?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
know what?
alright.
Ryder, what is the status at the base?
Overrun with desperado cyborgs, as expected. Security's still pretty lax, though.
Yes, I don't think they're anticipating another cyborg to show up. They are, after all the way out in Pakistan. Doubtful there will be any cyborgs here, except at the base. Forces hired by the US. And more doubtful they are expecting a cyborg to drop in at Mach 23.
Yeah. Still, they've got to know I'm here. Sam was smart enough to figure out that I'd take that launch vehicle.
Yes, but they couldn't have sent backup to this base within 3 hours after Sundowner died. Perhaps they could have arranged it so the plane was scrapped if Sam died. But if they already occupied the base, then there is no longer any canceling out.
Probably not. Which means we've pretty much already won. Sam's dead. The Winds of Destruction, too. And none of their standard cyborgs or UGs have a chance against me.
No, certainly not. Though I wonder who is behind this operation anyway.
Not Armstrong?
Well, yes, but who is running things at the base? The Senator would never be there himself. But this is too elaborate an operation to direct remotely.
Yeah. No amount of network tech could take the place of a command structure on the ground. Gotta be someone else from World Marshal, I guess.
A cyborg, perhaps. One with specialized combat body, like Sundowner and the others. I do not mean to alarm you, but use caution.
Yeah. Copy that.